Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all. So today we're going to do some work on focus. Okay, let's stand up. Oh, you're probably already standing. We're going to stretch the psoas muscles, the muscles at the front of our spine. They run from our spine over our pelvis and insert into our legs. So, put one foot behind you and one foot in front of you, and just check your pelvis is not tilted forward. So we want to bring that pelvis back into line. So imagine your pelvis is a bowl. You're not spilling soup out in front of you. Bring that back, and then shift your weight forward onto the front leg. And if you bring your body up, then ideally you feel a stretch here. And you can even take your back foot off the floor or put the heel down, it doesn't matter. Just move around in a way that suits you, where you can really feel the stretch. And we're aiming to feel a stretch here on the psoas muscle and around the hip flexors. Okay, and then go on to the other side. So one foot behind you, one foot in front. Tuck your tailbone under, so you don't want your hips spilling soup out the front of your hips, if your hips was a bowl. Push your hips forward, feel that stretch at the front of your thigh, around your hip area. While we're doing this, we can remember to relax our shoulders. We can remember to create length at the back of our neck. Okay, and then let's have our feet wide. And we're going to turn on the ball of one foot and the heel of another foot. So if we turn on the ball of one foot and the heel on the other foot, then as we come to the front, our feet are in like train tracks. If we were to turn on the balls of our feet, then our feet would be one behind the other. But if we turn one ball, one heel, then we've got our stance. And let's do that stretch again. Pushing your hip forward. So then again, turn on the heel of the front foot, the ball of the back foot to come back into this wide stance. And then let's turn to the other side. So turning on the heel and the ball, and then stretching that leg. I'm going to turn this way. Good. Turn on the ball and the heel. And then from here, let's go into a lunge, just one way. So we're not actually using our arms and taking a step. Our feet are already wide. So let's go, turn our foot at 45-degree angle, go into a lunge. Body is upright, so you're not leaning one way, sticking your bottom out. We're nice and upright, weight over that bent leg. And then let's lunge the other way. Let's do one lunge, then another. Let's go back. And then come back to the middle. And when we do our lunges, we want to remember that our feet are out at a 45-degree angle. They're not facing straight, they're not all the way out to the sides, they're at a 45-degree angle. So we move from one side to the other with our lunge. Let's come back to the middle, feet are straight in front of us. We're going to turn on the ball and heel of one foot, do our stretch. Turn on the ball and the heel to come back, turn on the ball and the heel to go the other way. Turn on the ball and the heel to come back. Feet a little out at 45 degrees, a little out, I mean out at 45, and do our lunge. Lunge. Good. Okay, we'll stop there and we'll come back to that. What I'd like us to do now is standing in our nice vertical position. We're going to take some steps forward, and we're going to take as many steps as you can do in the space that you're in. And we're going to remember that time in our training when we did the ancestor walk. So we had someone's hands on our shoulders, or two people's hands on our shoulders, and behind that we had 4 people, and behind that we might have even had 8 people. And with the hands on our shoulders, then we started walking forward. And it was like we had our ancestors behind us, and we walked forward. When you get to the end, come back, and we'll go again. And really tune into that feeling of the space behind you. The space behind you enabling you to go forward. And again. And we're really tuning into the back space. One more time. Okay. And then come to the back of your room. And fingertips reach down either side of you. Let's brush our fingertips along the floor, along the wall, really reaching out to the periphery, all the way up to the top. Shoulders are down, arms are straight, arms are in that nice line, fingers reaching to the periphery, fingertips are interested in what's to the side. And again, reaching, 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 reaching. Feel your vertical. Engage your vertical. Okay. Coming down. And this time we're going to turn our palms to the front and bring our arms up to horizontal. Have that same quality of reaching out from your fingertips. And as we lay our arms on the horizontal, feel that back space. And we're going to do that same walk, but with our arms out on the horizontal. So we're going to do the ancestor walk and feel that space behind us, bringing us forward. Let's do it several times in the space that you're in. Bring your arms up to horizontal, reaching from the fingertips, shoulders are relaxed, feel the back space, and then feel yourself going forward with the support of everyone behind you. Okay, I'm going to just move my camera to a different angle. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, and then coming back to the back of our room. So this time, we're going to reach our fingertips down, bring our arms to horizontal. And we are going to imagine the back space concentrating us on a point. So as we come forward, we're going to bring our arms in front of us to a narrow focus. And then have a go at doing that. So the back space, our ancestors, they're behind us, they're encouraging us forward, And then bringing us to a focus point. Okay, one more of those. Okay, and coming back to the back of our room. So this time we're going to take just 4 steps. We're going to start on the right foot. So bring our arms up to horizontal. And as we do this, we can soften our gaze and bring our vision into wide angle vision. So excuse me a minute, we're going to just work on our eyes. So if you bring your hands slightly in front of you and wiggle your fingers, you should be able to see both hands at the same time. So you soften your gaze. You're not fixing your gaze at the computer, you're widening your gaze. You can take your arms down to the bottom and up to the top to soften that gaze. So ideally, this is what we want to start with, a soft, wide angle gaze. Okay, so come back to our start position. Arms out to horizontal, resting on the horizontal, feeling the back space behind you. We're going to take 4 steps, starting with your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we come to 4, our arms are parallel in front of us. Let's do that again. Bring your arms up to horizontal. Soft gaze. 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, from here, our right arm swings down. Our right foot scoots back slightly. We turn so that our feet are a nice stance and we close our left fist. We're looking forward and we know that we're in the start of the archer. Bring our right hand all the way up, all the way over the top. This is taking your arrows. And here we're going to turn. As our arm comes up, we turn on the ball and the heel. Bring your arms back down to parallel. Feel that nice stretch. So if you don't have that nice stretch, wriggle around a bit so you're in the right position. Bring that right arm across your body, weight on the back foot. Now we're in a lunge position. Feet are out at 45 degrees. And then fire your arrow. Okay, I hope you've got enough room to do all of this. Let's go back to the beginning. Soft vision. Fingertips drawing down and coming to horizontal. 4 steps starting with your right foot. Come into parallel arms. The right arm swings down. Slide that right foot back. Come into a good, strong stance. Taking your arrows with your right hand. Turning on the heel and the ball of your foot. Having that nice stretch across that thumb. Drawing your arrow back. Coming into a lunge position. And firing your arrow. And landing. Fingertips, arms to horizontal. Feel the ancestors, focusing. Right arm swings down, right leg scoots out. Take your arrows, turn on the heel and ball, go into a lunge. And obviously you become the arrow. So here we're going from the periphery to the point. We're aiming for our target when we get there. Still got our aim on our target, the goal. Fingertips reaching down, arms reaching to the side. Feel the ancestors. It's like they're all cheering you on when you get to the right place in life. It's like, for me, I was doing this last night and I had this thought that, you know, we all go through our struggles in life and we start things and they fail and we try this and it doesn't work out. And then finally, it's like, oh, that was just a practice run for coming into this moment here, but this is now my aim, my target, my goal. All that other stuff was just helping me to get here to this focus point. So we can think of that as we bring our arms together. So reaching down with your fingertips, bringing them to horizontal, taking our steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, earthly steps, 4 steps. And 5. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Swing that back arm down. Take your stomach. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Okay, and then please come to the computer for a moment. So this, the periphery to the point, bringing our arms into the front, this came to me one time when I was a bit scattered and not really focused, and I wanted to really concentrate and focus and do something. I was like, okay, I need a Bothmer exercise to get me in the mood here, to really help me concentrate. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll do the javelin, land, you know, you set my target and land. And I thought, that's not quite right. And then I thought, well, I'll do the archer. Yeah, okay, that's good, but it's not quite really focusing me. I really need focus. And I just started doing this, bringing my arms together. And I thought, oh, that feels like really good. It's like almost putting the blinkers on a horse and saying, this is what you need to focus on now. Don't worry about all those other distractions around there. Focus on this, concentrate on that, and set your goal and let your arrow loose. And then last night, as I was playing around with this and thinking about the ancestors, there's the kind of ancestors behind you, kind of cheering you on, going, yeah, this is your focus, this is your path in life, this is where you're going. And for me, having just had, well, not giving birth to Lawrence, but having a new child in my house, I suddenly thought of that poem by Kahlil Gibram, Our Children, or On Children, and I'm going to post it in the chat and I'll read it out to you. It's quite a long one, so. Okay, On Children. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in a house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life does not go backward nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends with you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrows that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. Okay. Shall we just do the exercise 3 more times and then we'll unmute everyone and finish then. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so starting from the back, you're all ready. I just had a problem with my camera. Okay, fingers reaching down. And one more time, feel yourself as the bow, the arrow, the flight, the goal. Okay, good. There we have it. You can think of your goals moving forward. You can think of focusing as we go through the day. I'm going to sign off from here and then go on to my computer desktop.
Thank you, Susan. That was really wonderful. And the last one that I was doing, I really had that feeling of I am the bow for myself and my own arrow. To be stable for myself, to be able to be that loving presence towards my potential, and then also be the potential that's flying forward toward the infinite, the sense of parent and child of myself. Yeah, it was really, really, really wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, I hadn't clocked the stability before in that poem. That was interesting.
You didn't clock the what before?
The stability.
Oh yeah, yeah, the stable bow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and in the exercise, it is a really stable, strong position at that beginning. You've got that really strong, powerful stance with that. Yeah, feet on the ground. Yeah.
It was really beautiful how you brought this first as our own and then bring it into the children. So for those that have children, we can really feel that what we give to them, kind of the love flowing forward to them, but never backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, it does flow backwards, but that's an expectation.
Yeah.
You.
Nice.
And it was really lovely again that you brought this one back. I was thinking when we were talking, when in the Q&A, when it was asked, why did you feel you needed to do an extra exercise to Martin? And then he said that what Fritz von Bothmer did was not the end. It was just the beginning. It was just the showing of a potential. And I thought, oh yes, and Susan had brought this lovely one. And it was really nice that you then did this one today. It was perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll finish the recording, and if people want to stay on for a bit more, then we can. I'll just finish the recording now.